Discipling someone involves training them on the basics of the faith. And there's a specific set of information and spiritual habits that need to be transferred to the disciple. And it's probably going to look the same in each person that you disciple. But mentoring is a very different thing. When someone asks to be mentored, they usually have a more specific area of life that they're focused on. They might say, I want to learn to be a good spiritual father to my children. Or, I want to be mentored in godly leadership in my role as a young pastor. Maybe it's I want to be mentored in children's ministry to sharpen my skills and broaden my experience. Many times, we've just had the request from a young person who wants to be mentored in the basic life skills that they're going to need as they learn to be a successful adult. So you can see that mentoring usually has a more focused purpose for the relationship. Here's some things that might be important to think about as you begin a mentoring relationship with someone. First, why? Listen to the person as they explain clearly why they want a mentor and what they hope to get out of this relationship. They should have a really good idea of their end goal for your time together. 2, how much? They should really be committed and motivated to grow and learn and change. They have to want this more than I want it for them. So discover how much do they want this. 3, you tell me. They should be bringing the issues to the table for your discussions. Current situations they're in, problems at hand, or things they know they need to improve. They put the items on the agenda. 4, I have questions. Be ready to ask lots of questions and then listen carefully with discernment. Avoid making every discussion about yourself or what you've accomplished. This is where I'm learning about the person I'm mentoring. 4, what have you already tried? Ask about the things that they've already tried. What's worked and what didn't? Do they know why something failed or succeeded? You're learning, but you're helping them to evaluate themselves. 5, what about this? My role is to offer suggestions or options for next steps, recommendations based on my life experience and what's worked for me, or maybe ideas of what I think might work for them. But this is not a time for me to tell them what to do, unless it's clearly a biblical principle that must be followed. Then they'll listen to the suggestions and make decisions for themselves about their own life. I'm just pointing out options. 6, next steps. Hopefully during our time together that week, they will hear something that they want to implement, an approach that they want to try, or a specific area that needs to be changed. And they should be able to verbalize what they will do next and set a personal goal to accomplish it. It might even be that they will consider the options during the week and come back next time with a decision. But it's up to them to decide. 7, what do you need from me? The person you're mentoring should be able to ask you for whatever accountability they need, to see if you will check in with them next time or follow up in some specific way. They help decide on the level of accountability. 8, how did it go? You really need to follow up from last time before you jump into something new this week. More often, the reporting or the updating should be initiated by them rather than depending on me to remember to ask. But I will. 9, know what I see? My responsibility is to tell them what I see and hear, giving a godly perspective on their attitude, behavior, or choices. If I hold back the truth, then I'm not fulfilling my obligation. I got to be honest with you about what I see in you. 10, What have you got there? When they come in with a problem or a difficult situation, it's like having some bad fruit in a box. I cannot just take the problem from them and say that I'll fix it for them. If I do, now it becomes my problem and I start working for them and they'll check in on with me and evaluate my progress. Instead, I evaluate their situation and give them some recommendations on how to deal with their issue. Don't collect boxes of bad fruit. You just give them advice on how to fix their own situation. Number 11, what do you think? Before you jump in with your ideas and suggestions, get their ideas first about possible solutions. This gives you insight into their perspective and their personal growth. You can evaluate their ideas together. But let's hear what you're thinking first. Number 12, take small steps. Be an encourager that helps them find the courage to take the next step toward their goal. They don't need to do everything all at one time, but instead discuss small, doable steps toward accomplishing their personal goals. 13, God is there to help. Help them to find strength in God and not in me. I'm not always going to be around, so they need to depend on the one who is always there to help. I love the verse in 1 Samuel 23:16. It says that Jonathan went to David and helped him to find strength in God. So my job is to teach them to rely on him. 14, let's talk to God. So you pray with them and for them so they can hear you calling out to God on their behalf, blessing them in Jesus' name and asking God for strength, wisdom, and direction. Don't just talk about prayer, actually make time to pray together. 16, how often? Meet regularly, more often at the beginning, with a good structure and agenda and a start and stop time. But as the relationship grows, the frequency might change. 17, is it forever? Know when it's time to stop meeting together. Maybe they've progressed and they're beyond your ability to help. Maybe they're losing interest and not meeting their goals, or maybe their passion has waned. You're not making a forever commitment, just for as long as that's needed and as long as it's working. 18, let's agree first. Before you officially begin this mentoring relationship, spend some time talking through most of these points. Make sure you both understand and you agree on how this will go. And that way, you manage expectations right from the start. I hope these ideas will help you to become an effective and godly mentor for lots of young people who are ready to grow and be successful.